the nerve. They cut me off while I was right in the middle of talking to you guys about going from a big shape to a small shape. So as we were saying, when we go from big to small, this should end up being a decimal. So we're going to sorry guys. Okay, I'm back. We are going to do the same steps that we did before. So first, we're going to choose our sides, our corresponding sides, and I'm going to choose 4 and 16 again. 4 and 16. Now we need to determine which one comes from the image. So my 4 is my image, right? 4 is my image. And now I'm going to divide image divided by original. So when I do that in my calculator, I get 0.25. So that means that my scale factor is 0.25. And this makes sense because I'm going from a big figure to a small figure. So I'm shrinking it down to a quarter of its normal size. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. If you just follow these step-by-step directions, you should be good to go. Before you move on to practicing on the practice worksheet, I just want to fill in our sheet that we're going to be putting in our journal. So this should go in the next empty page, which for you guys, hold on, for you guys should be page 8. So this should go on page 8, I believe. If we already put something on page 8, then move it to page 9, but you get it. Okay, so this is going to go on page 8. So again, to go through our steps, scale factor is the number used to multiply the side lengths of a figure to stretch or shrink it to create a similar figure. So something that we didn't really talk about, you're always multiplying. Even when we're shrinking our shape down, we're not dividing it, we're multiplying it by a decimal, less than 1, which kind of does the same thing as dividing it, but we're always multiplying, whether it be by a number greater than 1 or a number that's less than 1. So again, our first step, we're going to choose a pair of corresponding sides. We're going to identify which one comes from the image. Then we're going to divide, to find our scale factor, the image divided by the original. Image divided by original, guys. That's the key to success. Okay, and this was important information for us. When we go from big to small, our scale factor is a number greater than 1. But when we go from, that's wrong. When we go, sorry guys, when we go from big to small, our scale factor is a number that is between 0 and 1. So it has to be a decimal. Sorry, guys, lost my mind for a minute. Okay, when we go from small to big, when we're enlarging, our scale factor has to be a number greater than 1. Because remember, if I just use 1, I'm just making an identical shape. Okay, so down here we have a couple of figures, and we're going to find the scale factor going both directions. So first, we're going to go from small to big. So remember, when I'm going from small to big, I should end up with a number larger than 1. So first, I'm going to choose my corresponding sides. I'm going to pick 3 and 6. And since I'm going from small to big, I'm making the big one, then 6 is my image. Then I come down here and I do image divided by original, so 6 divided by 3, which gives me a scale factor of 3. 2. Goodness gracious, Mrs. Baum. So if I had chosen 14 and 7, I would have gotten the same scale factor. Okay, but now we're going to switch it and we're going to try big to small. So I'm starting with the large one and the image is the small one. So I'm going to choose, for this one, I'm going to choose 14 and 7. And since I'm going big to small, my 7 comes from my image. So I'm going to do 7 divided by 14 because I do image divided by original. And that gives me a scale factor of 0.5, which makes sense because when I go from big to small, I should have a number between 0 and 1, which should be a decimal. So go ahead and tape this into your journal and start, watch the Scale Ella video, and then start on your practice problems. Good luck and be amazing today.